Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm at Camp UK in Lincoln and I'm here to review this. This is the Carthago Chic C-Line I 4.9 LEL Superior. Quite a big name, as you can tell, but I am very excited because not only is this motorhome absolutely stunning, but the finish on it is fantastic, and it is a manufacturer that I'm genuinely interested and quite passionate about, as you may have been able to tell from some of my other videos. So Carthago, it is a German manufacturer and it is a premium manufacturer, and we can tell that from the finish on it and the price point. I'm going to cover all that as I go along. So let's make a start. Now, the Carthago Chic C-Line, there's actually 10 versions available on Mercedes and 10 on Fiat. This one is the, I'll go through the parts of it, C-Line I, that stands for the integrated, the 4.9, the LE, that explains about the layout we're going to find inside, the L because it is on this Mercedes and it is slightly longer, and Superior, this is a higher trim on C-Line. So we're going to find some different features on here, and this is the 2025 model. We can tell it's 2025 because we've got the C here on the front. This is what we need to be looking for. So let's make a start. So this model, as I say, this one's based on the Mercedes-Benz. We can see that here, the Mercedes badge, and we'll find that on the rear as well. Now, in terms of size, so this motorhome on the Mercedes, it has the 2-litre diesel engine. It comes standard with 150 horsepower, or this one at Camp UK has 170 horsepower, and the automatic transmission. In terms of its length, so this motorhome, it's 7 metres and 89 centimetres, so pretty long. It's 2 metres and 27 centimetres in width, and it's 2 metres and 95 centimetres in height. Now, in terms of its weight, this motorhome comes standard as 4.2 tonnes or 4,200 kilos. The one at Camp UK has been upplated to 4.5 tonnes or 4,500 kilos. Regardless, you are going to need your C1, I'm afraid. Price-wise, now this is what I like. Prices start at £127,000, but what I always say with the likes of Carthago and other premium manufacturers, you're going to need about £30,000 on top of that to probably spec it to something like we're going to see today. So the price on this, just under £169,000. Right, that's some facts and figures. Let's make a start. So this is A-class or integrated. We can see the front here, this great big front windscreen. This is what you're going to be looking for if you're looking for an integrated motorhome, this large front cab here. The Carthago logo up there in big lettering so we can see it. Coming down, now this is the white paint finish. These C-Lines are available in either the white or an optional silver, which you can pay a little bit more for, but this one's in the white. We've got the new grille, as I mentioned before, the new C, and here at the front on this model, we've got the front cameras as well for the safety system. So that's the front, and what I do like as well is we've got this nice light cluster, and as we come down, this one here has got the driving lights as well. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make my way down the offside first of all. So coming down, now as we come along, the black Mercedes alloy wheels, and then as we move up, we can see on this, so this is the Superior, so it has got slightly different graphics, but I like the coach style mirrors, and then we have this grey paintwork that we can see here, and that carries on down the cab. So we've got the nice grey there. Now coming along, the first thing you'll notice, there's no door into the driver's side. There is a door on the near side that we'll see. Then we have a locker. I'll open this for us. Now in here, you've got some storage space within this locker. And because it's got this sort of large floor space, you can see that there is storage through there. And we'll see that a bit further on. So a locker. Coming down now, the habitation door is on the offside. That is standard with many of the European manufacturers. You do get the electric step. And as we look upwards, there's the awning light and then this long 5.5 metre two-lay wind-out awning. That's a manual wind-out. The vent for the Dometic fridge and freezer, that's the winter cover that's on it there. And then there's a vent here for the Alde. This one has the optional Alde wet central heating. It does come with Truma air blown as standard, but this one's got the Alde. Then there's our toilet cassette, and down here we can see a further little storage locker and an external gas barbecue point as well, which has been added. Continuing down, so these are the graphics that I mentioned. Now up here we can see here where it says Superior. On the standard Chic C-Line it would just say C-Line, but here the big Superior there, so very nice. Here is your electrical hookup point. And then we find a massive garage. The benefit of many of the European manufacturers is the size of the garage space, and this Carthago does not disappoint. So if I open this up, now you'll notice there's a strut here, so it's going to stop this door being blown open in the wind. There's a couple of storage lockers, and then this is actually the winder for the corner steadies, because under here we actually have the steadies fitted to the chassis. So once you've got your motorhome parked up, you can deploy those and it'll stop that movement at the rear of the motorhome. Now, some people may choose to have a levelling system fitted, in which case you're not going to need those, but that's what they're there for. Now, looking into the garage, this is the big garage that I mentioned. So we've got the metal flooring. This motorhome does have an inverter fitted on this one at Camper UK. There's also an external shower being fitted as well that we can see there. So that is your very large garage. And because of the payload that's available, because it's been taken up to 4.5 tons, then this could be used as a scooter garage as long as you make sure you don't overload that rear axle. So really good sized rear garage. I'll close that up and then we'll start heading round to the rear. So at the back, this one's been upgraded to have the double rear view camera that we can see up there, the high level brake light, the Carthago colouring and styling, Chic C-Line, Mercedes badge, and then the fairly standard light cluster that we expect on Carthago. But it is a rather nice back end. Right, let's head off down the near side. So on the near side, we're going to find a second garage door. I won't be opening that, but we've seen it from the other side. And then this is the water filling point. Now on this, you've got a very generous 170 litre fresh water tank and a 140 litre grey waste tank. And that's where you're going to fill your fresh tank. And then we've got more storage lockers. We're going to have our 2 11 kilo gas bottle locker, and then storage on this side as well. As you can see, it just filters through to the other side where we saw it before. I will just pull this down now so we can see the near side as we go down. So they have a nice solid shut to them. Our diesel filler here. And then this is the passenger door. Obviously, because normally in Europe these would be left-hand drive, but here we've got right-hand drive. So in this country we're going to be entering into our passenger side. So if I open this up, now on this side, you do get down here a further electric step, which will deploy when you open the door when you're wanting to head off. And you can see in here, the passenger side, the chairs are turned around for when we go in, but you are going to get some storage here, some drinks. And then we also have electric windows and electrically operated wing mirrors, and then the speaker system. And what I like is this lighter finish as well on the doors, complemented by the wood trim. And we'll see more of this inside because it is something I think to get quite excited about. Shut that. Right, come on, let's venture around. So we're going to now venture in to the i 4.9 LEL Superior. So we open the one-piece door. That's going to come across like this. Now on this door you're going to find a further hydraulic arm there to again stop your motorhome door flying open. Nice touches up here, the Carthago name, a coat hook with the Carthago, and a pleated blind in this window, the chrome, and then the wood trim as well. So let's venture in. I'll go start up in the cab of the Mercedes. The first thing you notice when you come in is the finish and the lighting. It is stunning. Right, in we go. So here we are. Mercedes multifunctional steering wheel, leather steering wheel, the infotainment system. You're going to find the satellite navigation, and down there on the right hand side is where you're going to find the camera screen as well. So this is how your dash is going to look. Now what I really like is over here we have the brown leather trim on this one here. That is beautiful. So that's just finishing off this luxury experience a little bit more. You can see the view you're going to get out of the integrated or A-class windows. There are blinds at the front and these side windows, so you can draw those for privacy on an evening time. So that's the cab area. And then we'll come to these captain's chairs. Well, these are beautiful. This one has been finished with the ivory leather and it is stunning. So we've got this beautiful leather finish, and you can see here the Carthago in the wood finish on the seats as well. Right, let me stand up and we'll start making our way through because there's a lot to show you in here. Now this model has got quite a lot of extras fitted as well, so I'll try and mention many of those as I go. There we go. If I just pull that up, now lifting that up, you can see under there, so when you're driving along you've also got a storage compartment as well as the driver there, and somewhere to put your drink, so that's quite nice. And then when you turn around, the bonus of this is we've got this one level flooring here. So that's going to take us straight from the cab and down through the motorhome. So we're all on one level, which some people prefer. Now, once we've turned, let's just turn that round a bit more there. Once we've done that, let's make our way now into our lounge space. Now, this motorhome at Camper is the 4 berth and 4 travel seats. You can actually spec this as, I believe, up to a 5 berth with 5 travel seats, but the option is there for you. So this one has the L-shaped wraparound there, the table, which is a nice solid table, and it's also complemented, as well as with the captain's chairs turned round, this small bench seat here as well. So there's plenty of space for people to sit here and relax. This one has got the television package with it. So fitted here, we can see the Carthago Alphatronics television, so can sit there and watch that. And then looking up from the lounge area, there is 2 of the 4 berths. So this is a drop down bed. This is 190 centimetres long and 165 wide. And to operate that, you pull this handle and you then pull the bed down. Now what you'd do is you'd be dropping those seats as well at the front. I'm not going to pull the bed all the way down because it's going to catch on those, but what you do is you drop those seats, and then this you can use as a 2 berth. There's a little sunroof up there, the privacy curtain around it for when people are sleeping. So I'll just push this back up, there we go, and it'll lock back into place. There is, if you can see, it says push, some little storage compartments running underneath there as well. And then if I lift that up, you can see we've got the compartment here, and then coming along we have got all our controls. So within here we've got our controls for the motorhome itself, the heating system. All the controls here are going to be under there, and what I like is that when you're not using them, they're concealed, so they're not all on show for us. Right, I'll just head over this side, just reach over. We've got another nice size locker here on the near side, and if I move this way, above us we've got this huge sunroof, and on here you're going to have a blind and a fly screen, and you can open that for ventilation as well. And this roof is really nicely padded as well, so that's great for insulation but also soundproofing as well. Right, let's make our way towards the kitchen space. So as well as having the media pack, it's also got the chassis pack, and it's got the coffee machine pack. So let's make our way into the kitchen. We have got this coffee machine, the Nespresso coffee machine situated here. And then we have a little cabinet with glasses in. So you can see the glasses that are there, lovely finish there. They have got Carthago embossed on them. Opening this locker next, so this overhead locker, nice cupboard space. And again, back here, these are padded as well. So a nice finish there. There is a plug socket under there. And then we come through into the kitchen space. The window opens, it has a blind and a fly screen on there. This worktop, now this is Corina. I feel like it's fairly solid. So we've got a Corina finish worktop. These both remove to get into the sink. You can use these as draining boards when you're not using them on there. So those go back there to cover it. The swivel tap with the function that you can see. Just pull that out carefully. These things tend to come off in my hand when I do things, but it didn't on that occasion. So I've got that sorted. So really nice tap there. You can pull that out to move that about. And what you can do is if it came to it, you could have that window open and put some water outside it if you need to. I know you've got a rear shower there, but that's always an option as well if you needed water on that side for any reason. And then here, so what we get here on the i4.9 is the 3 gas burners. In Europe, this is very standard. They don't have electrical hot plates. There is 3 gas burners instead, and those are going to be situated there. Coming down, so this model's been fitted with the oven. So the oven, it's gas, and you will be able to use the oven, and there's a grill here as well, and there's a gas appliance. Coming along, now these are nice little clasps, these ones are open, I've got those ready, but you push the clasp, pull it out, and here we have a good sized cutlery drawer, And if I close this, nice soft close. And then these other drawer spaces in this bank, and it's nice as well, they're full length to go back all the way under there. And this one has got a nice depth to it as well. I'll close that up. And then under the oven, we find, if I just give this a pull, find this further space. And then here, there's our bin storage as well. So that's nice and out of the way. They are quite low down, so if you use your bin quite a lot, you might want to use a bin somewhere else, because otherwise you're going to have to bend down there to get into that one. And then we move across. So we've got this, again, this nice gloss finish. So our light switches here, and then coming down, I just give this a push and pull it open. Somewhere to put your bottles. So you can put whatever sort of drink you want in there. So a little bottle storage. And then I'll move across to the offside. So on the offside, we have a Dometic tower fridge and freezer. This is 153 litres. So we have the freezer compartment, which is separate, good size as well. And this is ideal because this sort of motorhome, you're probably going off on a really good length of travel. So it's nice to go to the supermarket, fill yourself up and know you've got plenty of food on board. I know that's certainly how I like to go motorhoming, with loads of stuff. So that's the Dometic, and it's also got this cream finish, gloss finish, which complements the rest of the motorhome. And then under here, there's another slide out drawer space. And then coming along, we find this. Now this is quite nice. If I give that a push and pull this out, we have a rack space here for whatever you might choose to put in there. So nice slide out, and this wood finish is very, very nice, and it feels solid as well. Now moving back, as I'm moving back more to central motorhome now, more hooks here. Again, the C badge there for Carthago, and this nice light strip as well, very nice indeed. And then I'm going to move across through the ceiling to the extractor fan here in this kitchen space. So that's the front habitation. We've got our kitchen space, and then we're going to move back to find our washroom and shower. Now this is quite interesting. I'll talk us through these bits as we go. So first of all, before I dive into the shower, I'm just going to show you the closure of this door, because when you want privacy from there to there, this door will come across here, and there is a little latch, which I'll show you when you come through this way, and that's going to separate that space to this space. But as I say, there's a little bit more to that, so we'll see that shortly. Let's come down the near side. So coming down, there's a separate shower space, which of a motorhome of 7.89 metres in length, I definitely want to see a separate shower and washroom. So there is the sunroof for ventilation, then you can see the floor space there, and it's got that wooden inlay trim and the two frosted shower screen doors. I'll just pull that one, just put them a little bit just so you can see there the finish on those. It's, in terms of the shower space itself, obviously you have got somewhere to put your shower gels. I'll just step in. Now, it's not the biggest in the world, but it's certainly got the headroom. And if I close this around me, there is plenty of room at the top. The compromise is from down here, where you've got the intrusion there on the foot space. And that really is the reason you've got that lower space compromise. But the benefit is you can always put your leg on it if you like to wash your legs. So there's always a positive in every situation. So that is the shower space. And then carrying on down, here on the near side is a wardrobe space. You can see we've got the bar up there, it's illuminated. So you've got that part of the wardrobe, and then coming down, there's a second part. So you've got a his and hers, or his and his's, or hers and hers, or whoever you want to put in there. So you've got two parts to that. Now, before I do the offside, I want to move back to the bedroom, and we'll look at this together as we go around. So this is a nice finish. Now, there's a few features I found here that I like. This screen, first of all, if I pull the little toggle, it's going to deploy this screen to here, and then there's a second screen here. Try give that a pull. Oh, hold on, give that a pull. There we go. That is then going to meet and give full length privacy from the bedroom to the washing space. So on a night time, if there are four of you, you've got the separation, or it might be that if you don't want to use that door on a night, you can close that bed space. And when you push these back, they just lock back into place. If you watch this little bit here, it'll just lock. It does a click and it's locked back into place. So that, first of all, is that privacy. Now, the bedroom. The LE, we have longitudinal beds. These can be used as twins, as we can see now, and I like this recline feature so you can sit up a little bit as well. Good size, they're both 200 centimetres long and 85 centimetres wide. So these are going to be suitable for most people, including tall people, as long as you're not over 200 centimetres. So that's the two bed spaces as they are. Now, before I clamber up, I'll show you if you want to use it as a double. And this is clever. So if you want to use this as a double space, there's a further cushion. Now here, I've not seen this on motorhomes before. If you pull this clasp down and pull the handle, this whole part is going to slide out. It's like a moving staircase. And it's going to lock into place, and then you've got a double bed, and then you can climb up these stairs. So there's no little ladder, you've got a proper little staircase, and it's locked in place, so it's not going to fire back in. When you want to put it away, push it down again and push it back in. So that is how to make it into a double. There is storage under here as well, as we can see, and I'm just going to climb up now into the bedroom space. Now up here, there is a window on each side. They have got these sort of nets to soften the space up, but they also have a further blind, and you can open them as well. Each side we've got these lockers. I'll just lift that up. Got nice strong hinges as well, which I like to see. So opening these lockers all the way around, so you can put clothing and bits and pieces in here as well. Close those now. And then they're very strong hinges. Up here, got a further sunroof for ventilation, and the lockers continue. Now here, you're going to find a plug socket and a USB charger. So when your gadgets are charging, you can actually put them in these open shelf parts that you can see there. And then we've got this leather finish. And as I say, you can sit these up to be able to sit up in bed. Back here, now because this one's got the media pack, we have a further television here. So if I just push that and pull that, you can poke your head around there and you can see the second television. So you can watch that in bed. There we go. And then, I'll close that for us, lock that. And then under the bed, we have, oh, hold on, there we go. We have a very deep storage area. And that's the cushion for the bed under there if you want to make it a double. There we go, I'll close that. And then on this side, I open this. You can see further storage as well there. The one thing to just be careful of is, as you can see there, when that opens, it does actually just contact with that step. So you don't want to be bashing your wood and causing damage to it. So I might be tempted to put a little rubber stopper on there potentially. Right, let me lock that up, because leave it how you found it, and then we'll go into the washroom. There we go. Right, so over here we have further wardrobe space. You can see some of the cushions, that's part of the pack that's come with it. So there we go. And then the washroom. Now the reason I think this is quite clever is because what you'll notice when I open this door is, because this door's shorter than the gap, when I open this, if you can just, I'll do it a couple of times so you can see the mechanism. This door is actually sliding out from there to reach there. And you can see the little bit as it goes. So that's nice. So it meets there, and then there is a little catch that you turn, so it will lock it into place. So it's not just going to move about. So you can lock that into place once it's pushed across. So that's quite nice. Then we come into the bathroom space. So in the bathroom, there's the sort of Hollywood style mirror. We see the lighting. I'll just open these up into the bathroom cabinet. Now, what I always say, this is something you want to look for, especially on a higher end motorhome, something to stop everything falling out of the cupboards, because by the time you've got on site or wherever you're going, things move. So this is something to look for, things like that. And then up here, there's various lights around, so plenty of illumination in here. And this sunroof. You sometimes wonder with darker wood, does it feel too dark? But not with all the lighting. Then there's a grey finish, soap dispenser, toothbrush holders, little towel holder. And then coming down, we have the sink and the tap. And under here, this is actually a toilet roll holder. So you put your toilet roll on here, and then you feed it through this little like post box slot. And then under there, there's like a little access there to that storage basket as well. Right, let me close that up. And then we've got a posh potty. So coming round, this one here has been fitted, if I give it a tap, with a ceramic toilet. So this one on the superior, it's got the Corina, it's got the ceramic toilet. It's also got this little shelf there, and I'll just open this. A drop down flap, you can maybe store more toilet rolls or whatever you choose to put in there. Now, that's the bathroom space here. I'm just a little bit perplexed about what you might put on that little shelf, to be honest. I'm just trying to think what I'd use that for, but little shelf there. There's a plug, and then in here, just pull that open. We've got further shelving. There's no bars on here, so be careful of whatever you put on there. And then another mirror as well, just to make this feel a slightly larger space. So that's the separate washroom. Right, I'll just have a quick look round. Yeah, I was going to say, in terms of hanging towels, so there's a couple of hooks here that we can see. That's with the Carthago. And then looking into the shower, there's one bar there. So that's your hanging space for your wet towels, because I wouldn't advise you hang your wet towels in here. So that's that. Right, so that's the rear. I like to have a look at these things with you while I'm doing it as well, you see, and I think how I'd use things. Nice kitchen, I do like that, and this beautiful leather finish up here. Right, I'm afraid we've got to get out now, so come on, let's go and do a summary out here. I'd rather not get out, but that's the way it is. Come on, let's dive out. Right, well, hopefully you have enjoyed having a look. As I say, that is the Carthago Chic C-Line i4.9 LEL Superior, based on Mercedes. This one here at Camper UK, 169,000, but this has got quite a lot of equipment on it. So some of the stuff I've shown you there is not standard. What I will do is I'll put a link down here to the Carthago website. They've got a configurator, so you can obviously take a look at your own. And I'll also put a link to the Camper UK website down there as well, and you can see the rest of the range they have. They also have several other manufacturers available too. I'd like to say thank you to Camper UK who've let us come along today to film a review of this. I've very much enjoyed myself, if you couldn't tell. What would I do with it? Do you know what? I think the only thing I'd add here would be the silver paintwork for me. If you want to know what a silver Carthago looks like, we can see silver over there. So for me, I'd add the silver paintwork, and other than that, I'll be ready to go. Right. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.